Hey everyone, I'm Mind, and welcome to the 37th episode of the Woo Crew Podcast. I'm here, as always, with my co-host, Matthew, and we're here to talk about all things going on in the LEGO world this week. All things going on in the Ninjago world this week? What's going on, Matthew? How are you today?
Matthew is Matthew. Thank you for the introduction.
Every week. That's me, Brix Reviews, doing the introduction.
You know, I would like to do the introduction one week.
Okay, maybe in a couple weeks you can.
Why? Why not like just next week?
No, in a couple of weeks you can.
I'm just as much a part of this podcast as you are. I feel
Yeah,
like
but
I
are
know
we on the Bricks
I
by
know it's on
Matthew?
your channel, but I think I want I think it's not fair. I want to raise.
Okay.
I'm not paid.
Before we
Don't
get started, I'd like to give a real quick shout out to all my channel members helping support the channel. Thank you very much for helping support me and support the, I've said that multiple times. And a very special thank you to Pyro Tier and above, who are Craftmastr C, the Real Hoodie Gang, and Suntan. Thank you very much. And if you, the viewer, want to become a channel member, go click the join button right next to the subscribe button. You can join the Bricks by Mind Discord server, and you get tons of other cool perks, such as Pyro Tier and above, getting their name shouted out. Now, onto the podcast. Alright, hey everybody, welcome back to the podcast. A couple things happened this week, not a ton. I guess we should probably start with what most people are here for, is Ninjago. I guess minor spoilers for season 14. We have each seen the first 2 episodes in English. There's 4 episodes total, and the other ones are out in like other languages, but we haven't seen those. We've only seen the first 2 in English. And we have not talked about it yet. So, how do you feel about those episodes, Matthew?
I liked them.
That's
What?
that's how I feel too. I felt it was definitely a lot more fast paced than the typical.
I found episode 1 a little rushed, but episode 2 was very good.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of like shows like Adventure Time or like regular show that I used to watch as a kid, because
I
those were
did
like
not watch either of those.
they
So.
were like 15-minute self-contained stories, and it
Okay.
was very similar pacing to that, where it's like, okay, we're getting right into it, we're not doing any fluff, and I enjoy that. I've seen very mixed responses online about it all. I've seen some people are like, wow, I love this season. Other people are like, this is so rushed, this is the worst. Ninjago is over.
I I hate when people say like Ninjago is over. It's the end of the show. It's not.
It's
Shut up.
not.
It's not.
But I find it funny, these are the same people who complain about filler in other seasons, and now we have a
Uh-huh.
season without filler, and it's too rushed.
Exactly. So what you're saying is they'll find something to complain about no matter what
Mm-hmm.
happens. Uh-huh.
Until,
Um,
and then when we wait, in like 5 years, they'll be nostalgic for these seasons and
yep.
say,
Exactly.
Ninjago hasn't been good since then.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Because, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Sons of Garmadon, which I loved at the time and, like, is now widely regarded to be one of the best seasons, at the time, a lot of people hated. Like,
I remember.
they were like, wow, it was good till they changed the designs, and then the plot and the animation took a hit, and everyone's like, wow, SOG is the best thing to ever happen to this show.
Hmm.
Which is the correct opinion, but
Yeah, of course it's the correct opinion. Keepers are awesome.
Keepers are cool. We haven't seen very much of them. I liked the stone guy. The stone guy was a really fun, like, battle sequence.
Yeah, agreed. It was just like exciting.
Yeah.
And I like that the keepers. It's what we had talked about before. They're not like they're not villains. They're just antagonists.
Yeah.
Like they're just people doing their thing.
You know, I mean, again, this is pure theory because neither of us have seen the upcoming episodes yet, but I fully expect them to not be, like, the conflict to be resolved not by them being defeated, but by them working together with a ninja. By
Yeah.
them, like, finding a common ground over something.
And I like the teaser for the next season.
Yeah.
Um,
It's exciting, and I don't know. It's, yeah, definitely very fast paced, but they've done a lot in these first 2 episodes, and
yeah,
I've been enjoying. I like also that we saw Ronin just like
yeah,
for a split
yeah.
second in the first
I took
episode.
note of that.
That was cool. I assume that's just because he comes in the gardens. They're like, oh, got to put it back in the show. But I'm curious if he actually appears, because that shows that the new animation studio does have the Ronin model now. But
Mhm.
yeah, he would be cool. Yeah, I'm excited. I enjoyed those first 2 episodes, and next week we will have a full review of the season.
Yeah, assuming they're out, right?
Yeah, I think it sounds like they're coming out next week.
Okay. And every set has now been in the show.
Yes, that's true.
And they're very accurate to the sets, and they're like actually used.
Yep. And we should. So does this make you want to buy multiple of the Catamaran Sea Battle?
No, but it does make me want to buy one of them. I would
Really?
also like to note something. I had a very big complaint with how easy it was to take this apart.
Yeah.
Now I understand why that's the case.
Yeah, because they're. I actually really like. That's one thing I can say for sure about these episodes is the fight scenes. While they're fast, they're really fun.
Yeah,
Like I'm enjoying and the animation of the season looks really pretty too. Like I think
yeah,
the
it's
new
good.
studio's finally settling in to see like what works for them, and I think that's awesome because it looks great.
Um, I I'm surprised though by how much I like this vehicle in the show.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's cool, and there's three of it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get two more.
Really?
No.
But yeah, no,
Um,
it definitely shows like I don't know, it's odd to me like this. I think this is the first time we've gotten something like this of multiples of the same vehicle, and I guess that makes sense because the wave is so small that like okay, if we want Ninja to be able to get around, we need to have multiples of the same vehicles. But like, it kind of
yeah.
makes me wish we got more sets, like a third catamaran or a second bike, like
Well, here I now understand that it's not Kai's catamaran; it's just a red catamaran.
with Kai symbol on it. Like,
I think in the sets though, it's like a Kai vehicle, but in the show it isn't.
right, exactly. Well, that's what it's the same thing as like the Firestone mech in Mass of the Mountain, like
Mhm.
because for the viewers who don't know how the stuff works is I obviously don't work for Lego, but the general gist of what I understand is essentially the set designers and the TV show producers like come together and they're like, okay, here's the vague concepts for the season. Like, I want to do ghosts. I want to do an island. I want to have keepers, right? And then the set designers go off and design the sets and bring them back to the writers and say, hey, these are the sets. Put them in the show. So that's why something like the Firestone mech wasn't the most accurate in the show, but I prefer that it's less accurate if it means they value plot over like
Yeah,
toy incorporation. So yeah, while the toy was very clearly designed to be a Kai vehicle, I like how in the show they didn't like try, oh we need only Kai to be in this scene. Like they're just like yeah two of it and they all drive it whatever.
yeah.
And same thing with the Lloyd bike. Also, I know it was quite odd that they put the full masks up over their faces when they were
I
driving
know.
the what I assume that is probably the animation was like like the animation was more finalized than the suits were at a certain point. So they like I don't know if they always planned to do half masks, so maybe they just had that animation on like a dummy ninja suit, and then they're like, oh, we're doing half masks, and they just kept it in the show.
Honestly, my thought for it was that they didn't have time to animate dynamic hair for them riding in motorcycles.
That's yeah, that's a good point. I don't know how dynamic they would make the hair though. It
But
is
no,
just like
here's the thing. I think because it has the headbands, it might have different assets than
oh,
without the headbands.
that's interesting. Yeah,
So they didn't want, because I think they had the full hoods up when they were on the catamaran also.
yeah. Maybe I don't remember. But that's actually an interesting idea. Yeah, I'll have to watch it back.
Yeah, but I think my thought for that was, I mean, honestly, I just thought, oh, that looks kind of cool. But
Yeah,
like thinking about it more, I think it's just because they probably didn't have time to animate new hair for all the ninja.
yeah, and it's fine. Whatever. There's been worse animation quirks in previous seasons. It doesn't look it doesn't look bad. It's just a little silly that they have a mask and then another mask. Like
Yeah.
that's
Well, I think how it works is the half mask they have on here is the bottom half of the full like hood.
yeah, maybe. There was like
Um,
one shot I think where you actually see Lloyd up close pull the hood over the half mask, and it's really
oh, that's really weird. I
yeah
would like to mod the motorcycle though, so it can fit two ninja.
yeah. All right, because yeah, it fit him in the show. I also I enjoyed Tim. I thought he was fun.
It was fun, yeah.
Yeah. The dragon was a dog, like the set implied.
Yeah,
He's
I love, I
fine.
love, I love that.
Yeah. But yeah. It's literally like a if we're talking like old Ninjago terms, it's a 2 episode season, so I'm not expecting a ton from it. But these
Yeah.
episodes were fun and they felt like Ninjago, and that's about all I could ask from it. And I hope, yeah, I'm excited to see what's next week.
Yeah, I mean, they're enjoyable, and that's what Ninjago should be.
Yeah, and I love I do like this idea of like a short self-contained story. I think it's unlikely, but I would love to see like an entire season done like this, where it's just like maybe five like short
So
stories in the
I think
Ninjago
that would be
world.
cool, but I know that won't happen because it would also mean them to do a bunch of different villains.
Well, here's the thing though. If they like did a Ninjago wave the same way they did something like Ultra Agents, where they had like 4 or 5 distinct unique
Okay,
villains in the wave, like
yeah.
no minions, right? Just like some distinct villains in the wave, and even like they could do an episode on the mechanic, right? And that's a
hmm
figure we already got, so they don't even need to put him in sets because, I mean, I would like him in sets, but I mean, Pixel's still in the show, and she hasn't been in a set since 2018, so
That's really disappointing, by the way.
yeah, she'll probably be back at some point, like. Skylar was gone from 2015 to 2018, and then she was brought
Yeah.
back. So I fully expect we'll get a pixel at some.
2018 to 2022 is longer than 2015 to 2018.
That's true. That's true.
And she's not coming in a set this year.
Dang. Yeah. Wow. That's kind of wild to think about.
Yeah.
SOGs is far away. I mean, Well, right now, SOGs is as far away from now as tournament was from SOG.
No,
Ew.
it's as far it's as from okay, yeah, from right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Ew. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like to think about that.
Feel old yet?
Feel oldly. That's bizarre. But yeah, I'm excited to see what the summer season brings, and yeah, they've been fun so far.
I'm liking it. It's fun. I don't have any complaints, honestly.
No, not really. Yeah, it's just a little but like the whole entire. I think I'll have more cohesive thoughts when the entire season's out, but so far I've liked what I've seen.
Yeah, yeah, agreed.
And I also liked seeing Wu and Clutch Powers and everyone. That was fun
Yeah.
at the beginning. Um, anyway, moving on to another topic. Another LEGO news this week, the Winnie the Pooh set was revealed, and the Winnie the Pooh set was in my house, and now both of those things happened this week.
Yep.
How do you feel about the Winnie the Pooh set, Matthew?
I love it. I absolutely love it. It is one of the best idea sets in a very long time.
I have it in hand, and I agree. It is very, very good. Yeah, I have complaints with it, but they're so few and far between. Like it's so much more positive than negative.
Yeah, I mean that's what you want from a Lego set.
Right, yeah. Like I don't I think it's pretty much impossible to achieve like 100% perfect. There's nothing wrong with it, but that set gets pretty darn close. Like
I will be buying it day one.
March 18th.
Yeah, yeah. I might not go to the Lego store. I might just order it online.
Okay, yeah.
I might go to the Lego store though. It's
Yeah.
not that far, and you know, but that set is so well done. It is
Yes, it is.
beautiful. It's not too big, but it's really well detailed.
Yeah.
I know some people might have. For me, being as I don't have unlimited space, I really appreciate them prioritizing detail over size with $100 price point because you kind of get one or the other. You don't get both unless it's a UCS set.
Yeah.
And I'd so much rather have a really, really detailed $100 set than a really, really big $100 set. And not to say I don't like really, really big $100 sets, like the the mountain fortress from Master of the Mountain is
Skull
a
Sorcerer's
great.
Dungeons.
Yeah, I couldn't think what it's called.
Yeah.
Um, that's a great $100 set. It's really big and it definitely prioritizes size over detail.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the center section looks really good, and so do the edges. But like a lot of the size comes from the gappiness in the edges because it isn't one
like it
big
isn't. It's not a super like it's not detailed, but it isn't the most detailed
and
set.
it's not compact. Like it has
No.
empty space.
Yeah. Whereas a set like Winnie the Pooh, I don't have it in hand, so it's harder for me to say than you. But I'm pretty sure you'd confirm that it's like very compact, but
Very compact, very like lots of little texture on it. So I know we've talked before about how the 18 plus line is a little silly. This set kind of made me understand the 18 plus line
Explain.
because this like the level of detail is not the kind of thing I would expect on just like your average playset for a kid because it really isn't a playset. It is fully a display set.
Well, it feels very mock-esque to me.
Yeah, that's the gist I get from it. Like I don't think I would have. Yeah, it's more of like a model than a toy.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much fun I would have had building it as a kid.
Yeah.
But I
Well, you
can
said it
like
has like you have to do one thing 18 times
Well,
or something.
that's I don't enjoy doing that now either.
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
but like even just like the way the roof is designed, like the texturing on the sides of the trees, I kind of get the 18 plus branding now. I think Lego
So
still needs to fix themselves a little bit with how they're doing that brand, but with this set, at
I
least I get it.
speaking of the 18 plus branding, I have something to say for those small, like the smaller scale Star Wars sets they're doing now. I recently got the Imperial Shuttle,
Yeah.
and as someone who's built almost every like full scale sized Star Wars vehicle for the last 4 or 5 years, I could feel a very distinct like this set is easier to build than past sets have been.
Really? Huh.
Um, which I think is what they're going for, but it definitely makes the 18 plus more distinct to
Yeah.
me from the like not 18 plus targeted stuff.
Yeah, and I think that might be something. Yeah, if they start making it more distinct, then I would get that more. But yeah, a lot of the stuff last year, like the 18 plus markings, didn't really make sense. Like, because I'm like, how is this any
Hmm.
different from like Most Highly amazing set, but is that more detailed than previous UCS Star Wars sets? Like,
No.
no,
Oh,
exactly.
it is well detailed, but it wasn't difficult to build.
Yeah, or something like the one that was supposed to be Comic Con exclusive that you have. Like,
Yeah, that
that's
one makes no sense to me.
no. So it's like a mixed bag, but with Winnie the Pooh, I definitely feel I could feel the 18 plus. However, I still think it's odd that it's such a children's property that they're turning into 18 plus. Like,
Mhm. So here's an interesting like psychological thing for me. I have much more of a connection to Winnie the Pooh than I do to Elmo, and I have a much easier time seeing it as 18 plus, and I think that's because I have a personal connection to it, and therefore I see it as something as an adult that I enjoy, whereas Elmo, which I don't have a connection to, I don't see. So from that angle, I can see it because I'm sure for people who like really have a connection to Elmo, they probably could say, "Oh, this is aimed towards me, an adult who liked it as a kid."
yeah,
So I have a little bit more of an appreciation, but it is still a little weird.
yeah, no, it's just hard to say. I think one thing that could possibly benefit it is if they did come out with a line of like kids Winnie the Pooh sets, and then this was
Agreed.
the 18 plus one.
I'd love
That
that. I'd love for them to do that with Elmo also.
Yeah, no, that would be though. I feel like Winnie the Pooh is more like it because Winnie the Pooh is more of like a kids property, while Sesame Street is a baby's property. So if they were gonna do
Yeah.
anything with Sesame Street, it would probably be like Duplo.
Hmm.
But like Winnie the Pooh, it's still for young kids, but probably 4 plus. I would see Winnie the Pooh being
I could see it in the same vein as like
as
if they were to do
the
if they
thing
were
we
to
can't talk about. If you're
if they were to do Disney as 4 plus, I think that would be similar to how they would do Winnie the Pooh.
I knew that's where you were going. I was trying to stop you.
Cut it out if you really hate it. I
No,
don't
it's
think
okay.
anyone from Lego are watching these.
No, and I mean, listen, if they were to, we're talking about Disney when they did The Incredibles, like
Yeah,
Disney
like that.
Pixar's Incredibles.
Or like Toy Story.
Hmm. Yeah, like those Disney brands. Yes, yes, exactly. Yeah, I think Winnie the Pooh would work perfectly as something like that.
Agreed.
Also, apparently Legos had the Winnie the Pooh license before, but they only made Duplo with it.
Yeah, that I knew that.
I didn't know that. Like, I knew that was the case with like Mickey Mouse, but I did not know that was the case with Winnie the Pooh.
I'd like to. I don't think we either of us have more to say really about the Winnie the Pooh set. One I
Figures
heard
are a
more.
mixed bag, but Tigger is one of the best minifigures of this year.
I can't wait to get the figures. Eeyore, I'm really excited for Eeyore.
Eeyore's great. I mean, Eeyore's great, but I don't even classify him as a figure because he is just like
A
they
piece.
molded the character.
Yeah.
But the Tigger minifigure is perfect. Like that is so good.
I'm most excited for Winnie the Pooh as a
Yeah.
figure. I know it's not the best figure, but it's the one I'm most excited for.
And they're all still good. It's just Tigger's the only one that's like flawless. Like
Yeah.
the other ones, they're
But I recently, so I'm a big minifigure fan, and the $5 minifigure price point is just kind of killing my love for CMF. But
Yeah.
I decided I'm gonna go back and buy some of the Disney figures that I didn't have because my Barnes and Noble still has a couple full boxes. So I'm like, I should just get some of those if I want to buy CMF because those are still $4.
yeah.
Which is much easier to stomach than 5 for a random video figure I can't figure out. So I just got Anna, Elsa, Black and White Mickey and Minnie, and the Black and White Mickey and Minnie are so cool. Like they're
You know, I
genuinely like just like there's something about Black and White minifigures that is really unique.
Well, I love the idea of like taking characters and like sort of messing with the colors a little bit. It's the same thing as I know you weren't as into them as I was, but the like party Lego Batman movie
Yeah, yeah.
figures. I only ever got Alfred and Harley Quinn, but I always won the entire bunch because it was just their iconic outfits, but only in white and gold. And then the same thing with the Ninjago 10th anniversary figures, where it's just like, yeah, just one color. Like it looks so good. I got the same thing just from that. You getting them makes me tempted to get them, but I don't know if anywhere around here still has the Disney CMF.
I could pick some up for you if you wanted.
I don't know if I can. I still don't know if I can because $8 is still $8. But
yeah,
they do look good.
I also got Anna and Elsa. Those are surprise. Elsa's a surprisingly like really good figure.
Yeah, no, I like both. I think my biggest issue with them is the facial expressions don't really fit them.
I think they were going for more realistic than animated, which I'm fine with. And this is a really good face print, but
yeah, that's a really good face. Though, like they both have like winking faces.
I don't understand what that is.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like neither of them do that in the movie once. Like,
but I think I might still pick up Chip and Dale because I like having all of the actual Disney characters, and I don't really care about them. Like, but I think they'd look good when I get Goofy and Pluto eventually. Like, have all of them.
Yeah.
And I also kind of want to get Frozone and Edna.
Yeah.
But the rest I probably won't. I don't care about 5 ducks and like Jasmine and.
Was there 5 ducks in that series?
Oh no, 4. There were 3 babies and the 1 grandpa.
Oh my goodness, I cannot believe they did that.
So on one hand, it's like really annoying, but on the other, it is an 18 figure series, not 16. So really, there's 2 extra slots, and then 2 of the actual series slots are taken up by the ducks.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't feel like DuckTales is big enough. They didn't do Goofy, man.
I know. I think that it's weird they did 4 DuckTales over Goofy.
Like if they put all 4 of the DuckTales in the like Disney train set or whatever, that'd be fine. Like they're fine as an exclusive, but it's like a fourth of that CMF series is, or I get no, you said 18, so almost a fourth of that CMF series is ducks.
Yeah, I'm still being as it's still on shelves. I'm kind of tempted to one day buy the Disney Castle, but like I don't know where I would put it.
Yeah,
but it's a cool set.
Yeah, the castle's cool. I was looking at it in the train station the other day because I placed a land order recently, and I like the castle a lot. The train's a little rough though.
I don't dislike the train.
I don't dislike it, but as a $200 D2C set, that I think they could have done many other things.
Yeah, I think it's a weird one, especially being as it's not at it's not at the home base Disney like.
It feels like a $200 Goofy minifigure.
Kinda.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's a weird one.
Yeah. So, what else do we have to talk about?
We have some questions from the viewers. If we want to go into those,
we have viewers.
We have viewers. We have you, the viewer, watching this podcast right now.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
If you've watched this far, say Matthew in the comments.
If you've watched this far, say Brix by Mind in the comments.
Woohoo! If you like Matthew more, say Matthew. If you like Brix by Mind more, say Brix by Mind is bad.
What? No, don't say that. If you like Matthew more, say Brix by Mind is good. If you like Brix by Mind more, say Brix by Mind is better.
If you like Matthew more, say in the comments Matthew. If you like Brix by Mind more, dislike the video.
Alright, so I made a community tab post asking you, the viewer, for questions or topic suggestions. So this one's coming in from Batfan22, who says, how do you feel about more recent gift purchases, and what do you think they should be like? So I thought this was an interesting question, because gift purchases, which if you guys don't know, those are the like free sets you get if you spend $100 or more at the LEGO store. They've definitely changed a lot recently.
LEGO is changing?
LEGO is changing.
How many times have we said that in the podcast?
I just find it really... because that feels like a thumbnail title like certain YouTubers would do. Like,
yeah.
LEGO is changing forever after this.
The rise and fall of LEGO. So gift purchases, I think overall they've gotten much better except for Star Wars.
So here's my thing with the gift purchases, is I do like the new ones, but I feel like they should be an addition to the old ones instead of a replacement.
I mean, what were the old ones though? I don't even
Like, just
remember.
like getting like poly bags and stuff.
Okay.
Like, we still get them on occasion, but it's like you gotta go during this 5 day period when like 2 months after the theme to tie in with this comes. Like the Lloyd poly bag was like a month and a half after the winter wave, but 2 weeks before the
Yeah, that was weird.
spring wave. It was really weird. And they do that kind of stuff all the time. But then like the big thing, like the big ones are just full sets, and I like them, but they're also like I don't know, the barrier to get them is also really expensive now too. It's like
Hmm.
it ranges from like 100 to 200, what 180 I think is the highest I've seen.
I don't know.
They've done like some really expensive gift purchases, and like I'm fine if they do that, but I miss the $75 ones. It used to always be 75, and I
Yeah,
wish they would keep the 75 and then also do more expensive ones.
I don't know. I do like the more detailed. I like how they're actually sets now, though.
Yeah, no, it's really cool.
They actually feel like a gift and not just a poly bag. Like they're substantial now.
Yeah, no, for sure. I do really like the sets they've done. I only have one of them, and it's probably the worst one, but
Which one?
the Lego Ideas blue car.
Oh, I like that car, but it feels just like a city set. I love the Christmas Carol one.
Yeah,
That one's so good.
yeah.
And the
Um,
Amelia Earhart one's very good also.
yeah. I that one looks quite good. I won't get it, but
Um,
that's how much does that cost?
100.
100. Okay, that's not bad. But like, why wasn't that available March 1st? Why was it
I
March
don't
5th?
know. I don't
It,
know.
like, it's so weird, man. Like, it's just to stop people who were going day one from get. I don't get it. I miss when it was like all month long. You get this polybag for 75. It was so simple.
Yeah.
Now it's like, hey, if you come during these 2.5 weeks, you get this if you spend $135 exactly. Like,
So I was actually talking with my mom about this earlier, and a lot of Lego has like Lego sales and whatnot have changed a lot since Toys R Us closed, and I wonder if now that because Toys R Us is no longer around to compete with stores like this, they don't have to worry about promotions like that as much.
yeah,
Like
maybe.
Lego never goes on sale. You can never get a set over $70 remotely on sale anymore. And like it I remember back when Toys R Us was still around, sets would be 20% off forever the week they came out. Like
Yeah.
now it is
I
not.
saw some. I don't know how true it is, but I saw someone say on Twitter like their retailers now have a legal agreement with Lego that they can't put stuff on sale for like 3 months until after release.
I don't know how valid that is, but I think Toys R Us was part of why stuff went on sale so frequently.
Yeah.
Because Toys R Us needed to bring people into the store. Target and Walmart, people are already going to those stores.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Lego still does go, but you're right. The bigger sets don't go on sale unless it's
Even
clearance
even if
or
there is a sale on Lego at Target or Walmart, it will exclude sets over 70 or $80.
yeah.
You
Yeah. Like actually, I'm talking about Amazon. Like Amazon still puts everything 20% off.
not ever no, not everything.
Not everything, really.
No, most it's rare to find stuff for
Really? I didn't know that. I mean,
yeah.
not I don't buy a ton of Lego, but like all the Minecraft sets I bought recently, I was able to get 20%
Minecraft
off.
goes on 20% off pretty frequently, and smaller Star Wars sets that are not from the most recent wave do. Ninjago
Huh.
doesn't anymore. Um,
Really? Ninjago doesn't at all?
not it's not at all, but it's infrequently and
Huh.
quickly. Like they're not permanent 20% off anymore.
Huh.
Um, Marvel does still go on sale sometimes. Batman sometimes, but Harry Potter almost never goes on
Yeah.
sale. Um,
That's really interesting.
Big sets don't go on sale at all anymore.
Yeah.
Like they're
That
like zero sale on big sets.
yeah, no, that's really interesting. Yeah, gift purchases though, pretty cool.
Cool.
I like the newer ones. Miss the old ones, but I still like
The
the
new
newer
Star
ones.
Wars ones are terrible though. Like the May the Fourth ones are just bad. Like
I don't even remember what they are.
they switched from really good minifigures to like buildable droids.
I think Star Wars exclusive minifigures went to crap as soon as they introduced Unkar Thug.
Yeah, yeah,
I
that was it.
I still cannot believe they did. Like, it was funny at the time, but thinking back, like, oh my goodness.
Well, the reason for that was because between episode 7 and like about a year ago, Hasbro had the exclusive action figure rights to Star Wars toys, and now they don't. So I don't know. It might change at some point in the future, but
But like,
that was the problem.
I don't like how. literally anything else would have been better. Like, the Force Awakens exclusive figures were such trash.
It's
Like,
a Sandy Finn Stormtrooper and
which was the best one?
what else was there?
Wasn't there like a stormtrooper with just like a black patch on his forehead or
Oh
something?
no, that was in a battle pack. There was a Stormtrooper that came in a battle pack with an extra patch on his chest.
But wasn't there also one that was like a polybag or something?
I don't think so.
I feel like there might have been. I don't know. And
Yeah,
then there
was
was
a polybag one, but it was just like the heavy Stormtrooper with an extra ammo pouch. And it's like,
yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
yeah.
Yeah. And then obviously there was the Ankar Thug. For those who don't know, you know how LEGO releases the visual dictionaries every year that are like, hey, get this exclusive minifigure and read a book, kids. Well, they released a Star Wars one that year, and the exclusive minifigure was Unkar Thug, which was like one of the unnamed alien guys that beats up like Rey at the beginning of The Force Awakens. And we already got one variant of them in sets.
And then that same one came in a set the next year.
Yeah, and then the book exclusive one came in a set like a year later. But like, it wasn't even just like obscure character. Like, no, it was not a character. It was essentially just made up for the book.
Yeah.
Like the first one, the one that actually came in sets, you could hardly even saw on screen, and this one you definitely didn't see on screen.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It was
What was the action figure of the guy who didn't actually appear?
Constable Zubio.
Yeah, it should have been an exclusive Constable Zubio.
I would have liked that so much more just because of that as like a character in toy culture. Like,
yeah, no, for sure. Like literally anything else would have been. Like a weird stormtrooper would have been better. Like just a variant of one of the characters already in sets would have been better.
can't Lego make up a Stormtrooper? I feel like they should make up a Stormtrooper.
Like
It could be called the Force Trooper, and he can have a lightsaber. And he'd also be my sig fig when I was 5.
Didn't they do that?
Yeah, Jack 14. Yes, they did. On it, but like they actually did do that.
Yeah. I don't know I just know he had like a trans blue arm.
Yeah,
and a stormtrooper helmet.
And he was just like a clone trooper that was also a Jedi. Hey guys, this is my sig fig. His name is the Force Trooper, and he left the Jedi Order, but he left the Stormtroopers, but clone troopers before they said execute Order 66, and now he's the good guy. And he
is he also Harry Potter?
No, that just looks like me.
Oh, okay.
And that's the only figure I have.
This is my sig fig. His name is Taser.
Wow.
He has the power of the Force.
Great.
Pew pew.
Love it.
Amazing. All right, here's another question coming in from Suntan 207, of course, Suntan with the best questions every episode. He asked, do you like print pieces or stickers more, and why? Not just how it's easier to have a print instead of a sticker, but also the quality of both, how they're produced, and the distribution on which parts do and don't get prints for them.
I have a controversial opinion. I prefer stickers.
Okay, so for the longest time, I would have said I prefer prints, but over the past year, I've definitely gone back and forth. It definitely depends on, like, in a perfect world where prints are done well every single time, then prints are better. But stickers definitely have a lot more of a consistent look to them.
So I have 2 reasons why I like stickers more. The first one is what you just said. They have a much more consistent look, and if there's a mistake, I can blame myself and not Lego. Which is weird, but like if I mess up a sticker, it's my fault. If a print is messed up, it's just really annoying. And I can't fix it. There's no way to fix a messed up print.
Yeah.
Number 2, Mega Bloks prints all of their prints. And as someone who likes to build mocks, it is really annoying when there is a piece that is not in is only in one set that is printed in that color, and you can't use it because it's printed.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I like the customizability of not having prints and having the option to put stickers on. Another thing, I have 14 of this set. I want to use the pieces outside of the context of just having 14 of this built. And I can do that because they're not printed. It's a big sticker sheet for this small set, but I can like use them outside of what it's supposed to be because the pieces aren't printed.
Yeah, no, it's definitely it definitely depends.
I think both have a place. Like
both have a place, and I think
here's an example of where I think a print does work better. A set like this a big stickers don't work too well. So like a print works really well for that. But like
Another theme that does really well is Minecraft. Minecraft does not have stickers at all, but whenever a piece is printed, it's always like it always fits in perfectly.
and I think for Minecraft it works really well not to have stickers because it focuses so heavily on just building and it uses such basic pieces that I don't mind getting a printed piece here and there.
And because the design of Minecraft is so like simple
Yeah.
inherently, the prints themselves are very simple, so it's hard for them to be messed up. Like the prints will always still look pretty good,
Yeah.
no matter what. So
And the
yeah,
prints are fairly standard. Like most sets don't have prints that are exclusive. Like
yeah,
you have like the crafting box and the furnace and some other common
yeah,
ones, but that's about it.
yeah. No, I definitely think both have a place. Because I'm less of a mock builder, I would prefer if prints were done well, if they came in every set. But like just looking at how vibrant stickers can be and how vibrant prints just aren't a lot of the time,
Yeah.
it does make me appreciate stickers a little bit more. But I also hate putting stickers on. I cannot stand putting stickers on.
I don't mind it that much.
It's the worst part of the Lego building experience, except for threading strings. That is the worst part of the Lego
Well, that's
building
not really
experience.
much of a thing anymore.
No, it's not. But when it was, I hated that. That was the worst.
Yeah, I don't. I prefer stickers in general.
Yeah. And then here's a topic that we've talked about like twice already, but we're gonna finish it off here. Final thoughts on WandaVision. So, spoilers for WandaVision, of course. So we're gonna do the handshaky thing again when the spoilers are over. Okay. Okay. So so just skip to the part where you see us doing this. Okay. So how'd you feel about the WandaVision finale?
I really liked it.
I enjoyed it. I definitely think it was. Well, I mean, it was. They should have admitted that it was not what they wanted it to be, but I enjoyed what it was.
Yeah.
Um, it's been like a week since I watched it.
Yeah.
um,
I can't believe they brought Iron Man back to life.
Okay, but actually, spoilers. Did you see the thing about the stuff that was cut out of it?
No.
Apparently, like there was more that was shot that they just weren't able to finish animated because of the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, there was an entire scene where Monica, the kids, and Ralph go down to the basement to go retrieve the witch book for Wanda, and that's how she gets it and is like able to cast the glyphs at the end.
Okay.
And
I
then
wish they would have used Monica more.
yeah, and then the rabbit was actually a demon, and they fight the rabbit.
Huh.
But yeah, I definitely feel like a lot of characters were underutilized in the finale. Like even like everyone except for Wanda, really. Like I felt like did not have enough screen time. What like the Vision fight was cool, albeit very very short. I really love how that concluded, but
Yeah.
there could have been a little more building up to it.
Yeah, and I'd like to see what they do with White Vision.
Yeah, because White Vision with the way he was used, he just sort of felt like like just product bait. Like, yeah, I know you're gonna buy a Funko Pop of this.
Well, I think it set up like, oh, Vision's real again.
Yeah, but I wish we saw a little more with him. I wish Wanda actually got to meet him at the end.
Yeah.
But whatever, it was still good, and I really liked the Ship of Theseus thing with him and Other Vision. I thought that was fun.
I liked their mind battle.
Yeah, and I think that like it fits that character really well.
Yeah, Vision is Zane of Marvel.
Yeah, Wanda's powers are cool. I enjoyed the fight scene. I don't know how I feel about Agatha. I don't think she was my favorite.
I didn't like her.
Yeah, like
I didn't like her because I didn't understand her motive or what her purpose was or what side she was on.
yeah, she just sort of wanted to steal Wanda's powers, and she wanted to become the Scarlet Witch, which is apparently a thing.
But
yeah, she wasn't my favorite. Yeah, I don't know. That's I don't have much more to say about her than that. I feel like Darcy and Monica were both really underused, especially like Darcy was like set up so much, and then she just runs over the man. And
that was lame.
Yeah, and then speaking of lame, the Quicksilver reveal.
What was his name?
Ralph.
I feel like there might be more that they do with that.
Here's my thing with that is like narratively, I'm perfectly fine with it. I like whatever, haha, funny joke, and it served as a purpose to just mess with Wanda's mind, and we don't need to bring Quicksilver back in this universe. But the fact that they actually cast that actor to mess with fans, it's just so like, come on. Like, if they just got some random guy and they're like, yeah, he's Quicksilver, and then us as viewers are like, wait, that's not Quicksilver, what? And then Wanda's like, wait, I wouldn't have been fine with that if they revealed he's just Ralph B. Um, but, yeah.
The B stands for Big Chungus.
Yeah. But, like, how weird is this going to be if they do the multiverse in a future movie? Like, is Wanda just gonna be like, hey, you look just like Ralph when she meets actual X-Men? Like, who is Ralph? Like, I don't know. I just wish it wasn't that actor, because he's really good in X-Men, and I do like the character of Quicksilver. So now we've lost a good Quicksilver twice. So, well, we've lost a Quicksilver. I don't know about a good Quicksilver. We've lost a Quicksilver.
I mean,
twice.
It's hard to say how good Pietro would have been.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think he's lost though, because they could just say, "Oh, it's not actually Ralph. He was under mind control."
Yeah. I don't think that's gonna happen, but or maybe he was adopted and that's not his actual name. Maybe his actual name is Son of Magneto, and it's gonna introduce the MCU Magneto. Maybe that's Wanda's actual last name.
Maybe
she was adopted.
Maybe. WandaVision Magneto.
Wanda, yes.
Oh, wait, her name's not Wanda. It's just Wanda.
Magnet Vision. That's season 2.
Okay.
And then post-credit scene. Cool. They're setting up other movies. Can't wait to see them when the pandemic's over.
If they ever release movies again.
You guys excited for Black Widow? I can't wait for that to come out in 2020.
Me too.
Oh man.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Nah. Oh yeah. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Spoilers are over. And I think so is the podcast.
Iron Man is dead.
Iron Man is dead. Han Solo dies in The Force Awakens.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. Don't you see, Wanda? We were the WandaVision together all along.
Wow.
The real WandaVision was in the hearts and minds of children everywhere.
Wow. I'm gonna throw up.
Alright. Is that the podcast? Should we call it here?
That was the podcast.
Thank you, everybody, for watching this week's episode of the Woo Crew Podcast. If you enjoyed, please press like and subscribe if you're new. We do these every Wednesday for Sensei Wu Wednesday. Yeah, I think that's about all I got to say.
That's all I have
Thanks
to say.
for watching, everybody. See you in the next one. Bye-bye. So we got a question topic suggestion here coming in from Lego Noki Can't Produce, who asks, why are you so good in producing videos, or why are you an amazing YouTuber? Laughing emoji, okay hand emoji. It's just what I do. I can't help it. You got anything to say about that, Matthew?
Grumpy Cat Podcast.